conditioning and the environment, you know, people just didn't see that that was a possibility for you guys. Now, fast forward, you've completely flipped that on its head. So I'm really interested to know, like, for you as a woman in business, what does success look and feel like to you now compared to maybe what you thought you were even capable of years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Okay, so success to me now is flexibility and choice and opportunity. So those three things are what I'm about building now. So what I was going to say before too was that second wake-up call actually led me to a whole new level. So here I had got my success to this level, but what was going to take me from there to there was going to take other people from here to here, and that's my dream. And it's kind of, I'm very layman, and that's because I dropped out of school in grade 10 and wagged half of that.
Yeah.
I can access common sense, and women don't realise what you've achieved academically. It means nothing. It's a different sort of intelligence, and it's not the intelligence of the times. The intelligence to be flexible and move with systems and with social media, and it's all about this is for men and women, and because I help men and women now, and that is, you know, to be able to access your gut and run your life by your gut. That's freedom, and you can do that with any level of wealth. You can do that with where you come from, what you know academically. It's all irrelevant. It's true freedom has nothing to do. Look, I would say money definitely buys me more choice, but at the same time, it's to achieve a certain feeling. We only ever do anything in life to achieve a feeling.
Yeah.
Right?
So early on, the money is imperative, but you do get beyond that to where, like, even back then when you're on those cruises and, you know, you had money. Like, the money was...
I walked away from $27,000 a month.
Yeah.
With no guarantee that I could do anything outside of that business. But what I have done now, I used to call it the female success model. Now I'm actually thinking it is the success model, because the men that I train now, I'm realizing, wow, they're very similar. It's just that they've bought into the old way. And that is running your life from your gut. Your gut brain is your most oldest. That's why it's the smallest. At the top of your spine is this really small brain, and that's your instinctual brain. And then there's this other one that developed later in time, and that's your emotional brain. And women's is much bigger than men's, and that's because we had to bond with the baby and blah, blah, blah. And then there's this third brain, the thinking brain. Right? Now, the reason I think it was such a small brain on the top of the spinal stem is that it's biggest down below in the stomach. Wow. And we just forget, like, we do have cues, and it's getting back in touch with that, and that takes self-trust and faith. And we've got to get people, when you run on that, and you can then, you get the good feelings from not buying into this bullshit up here, this head, this thing, this thinking brain. We've given it too much credit. That's the one that goes to school, girls, and, you know, men, women, whoever's watching this, you know, we're all giving this brain, and a lot of personal development programs are only for the brain. It's about planning a working a plan, very compartmentalized areas of life. That's a male brain, number one, mostly, that can do that. Women will always struggle within that framework, even more so than a man if there's compartments. You know, if they say compartmentalized, good luck, girls. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. But guess what? You've got a gut. It's even better. It's even better. And if everything's chaotic, but we can get you peace in your gut, the chaos doesn't cause you an outcome of a negative feeling. It's like, oh, well, that's life. You know, like this morning, I lost power in the office just before this call. And I'm like, how can this work? What's wrong with this device? And I'm like, what's wrong with this other device? And then I'm like, duh. You know, the light's not on the power switches. And, you know, that. And then, like I shared with you girls, my own issue of having to flee out of town during mid-course. You know, all that chaos, it still doesn't stop me feeling. Internally, I feel whole, complete. I don't judge myself. I feel like this is my life and I can deal with it.
That is freedom.
Yeah.
That's freedom.